being immersed in corporate sustainability. I co-founded an organization called the Sustainable Leadership Forum, and I'm currently actually transitioning into my new career in sustainability. What I've learned over that year and a half, I want you all to take advantage of, which is that you have an enormous breadth of experience in what you already know to contribute to helping organizations green themselves or to helping green organizations. It really is a train on the track, and it's really time to get on board or get out of the way. There's a couple of different kinds of organizations that as you look, either you're in right now or you want to be, that I can just give you a little nuanced about them. So there are green organizations that are mission-driven, the EPA, Sierra Club, companies in the renewable energy field, so the public, private, and not-for-profit. Their mission is green. They're not trying to green themselves. Their purpose is to do green work in the world. So you look at other organizations like green organizations that make products. They have stakeholders, they have shareholders, Patagonia, Interface, and their CEOs are amazing people who drive the culture and the values and all of the practices up and down the organization so that they are green organizations. They'll say that it's never done because there is no organization that is totally green, but those are value-driven organizations about green. Then there are green organizations that are on the journey, and you know, it's really interesting that companies like DuPont and Walmart, a couple of years ago we'd say, you know, anathema on the planet. Well, the more bad you do, guess what? The more good you can do, and these companies are actually leaders in going green. So you can always get on board with organizations that are going green, large or small. So all those organizations I just talked about have essential functions. So they have a product or service, they do operations, marketing, finance, compliance, and of course we're here change agents. And it all starts in strategy. So when you green an organization, ideally you start with the strategy. It doesn't always work that way. So every role in organizations, you should know, is going to have some aspect of green. You don't have to wait for the strategy to come top down. Hey, it would be great if it did. But you can learn from your best practices in your own profession how to green a particular function, a particular division, and it can happen. So people say, because I've been talking with people who want to get into sustainability, oh, there's so many green, there are green jobs. Well, there's really very few green jobs. If you want to be an architect and build a green building, yes, you need certification, you need credentials. But look at toxic waste, carbon accounting, yes, you need some credentials. Believe it or not, a chief sustainability officer can have no credentials in sustainability, but because they know the organization, they're the most important person to carry that lead. So here, people I know here are mostly change management people, but if you look at all these other areas of organizations, the winners in this, whether you want to go green or you have to go green in your career, you need to look at what about your background puts you in the right position. If you're an operations person, who hasn't been working in cost reduction? Who hasn't been doing Six Sigma Lean? You're facilitating that as OD professionals. You look at these kinds of things, strategic sourcing, anything with metrics, that's what you need to go green. So all of this background, whether if you're in finance, putting together the business case, balanced scorecard, again, compliance, Sarbanes-Oxley, if you have experience in that, just think, you'd be able to help an organization deal with all of the compliance issues of going green. And by the way, the federal government is going to be clamping down on companies that are saying they're green and really not. So very, very critical. If you're in marketing, competitive intelligence, it's, the competitors are doing, you have to. How can you get out there on the leading edge and communicate what you're doing? Work with strategic partners, NGOs, all of those kinds of things are critical. And you can bring to bear any experience you've had in marketing or facilitating those marketing processes. New product development. So the voice of the customer, very big aspect of OD or new product development, innovation. The stage gate process. If you have that kind of expertise, you're going to want to help organizations bring green, innovative products to bear and use those kinds of processes. Product launches, extensions, those things will be enormously valuable. And of course, with regard to change management, whether you're a leader and leading the change management, whether you're an OD professional, system thinking is key. Creating a vision, creating initiative and framing projects, critical to make sure they succeed. Alignment, cross-functional work, all of that. So the important thing is to position yourself, if you're internal, to say, hey, I'll be on the green team, I'll lead the green team, I'll be on the green team. Raise your hand, believe it or not, that's how people get those roles in organizations. Take on, expand your accountability. Whatever your job is, say, and I will be the green, I will be the chief sustainability officer, I will be the director of sustainability. and you actually may get that. So a couple of examples of people that I've impacted just with, it may not be 6 minutes, an hour with people talking about this can shift their paradigms. And 2 people landed, one as a chief sustainability officer, another as someone doing business development but in charge of the green strategy for her organization. So the chief sustainability officer was a business leader, had a lot of marketing and strategy experience, read our study. I had done a study on, co-authored that on the chief sustainability officer. She knew top management in this firm. They knew her. She said, you need a CSO. They hired her on the spot. Amazing. She's an amazing woman. This is a green strategist. She was working in, actually, Big Blue, doing IT, took on a stretch assignment on her own time, helped launch a green IT product, actually got laid off, leveraging what she knew. She was on the green team, she did all that, she got her certificate, she's now the head of sales in a green services organization, and she's consulting to the head of operations on strategy, because he doesn't understand strategy and marketing. So the idea is to get smart. There's a ton to read on the web, there's incredible books. If you don't know where to start, ask me. Movies are wonderful. Volunteer, raise your hand, do it, solve problems, and that's what we're good at, is solving problems. That is what is going to be the premier thing, is knowing how to solve problems in green. Don't wait for someone to tap you. You say, let's go do it. So if I can be a resource to you, please ask me. Would love to share my experience. I am in transition, so if you know companies that are have great products in the green sector, I'm really interested in representing those, and of course using my change management background. Thanks.